Hello there, and welcome back to Friendonkey Wrestling Season 2. Last time out, there was more general chaos as the women's division sunk further and further into disarray, and we ever so slowly begin to pad out the men's Money in the Bank ladder matches. 3 of the 4 spots have been filled. This week we will be filling the 4th spot, as well as aiming to settle some of these rivalries and try to put it to bed so we can all progress on. Speaking of which, we'll be starting things off with Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley. Ripley making her presence felt last week, just turning up after no one had heard from her in the hospital and interrupting the Liv Morgan match. She clearly wants Bianca Belair still, and Bianca Belair is up for the match. So settle their differences in the ring this week, and then that'll be the end of it. But clearly, Ripley has got the bit between her teeth still. The title having meant so much to her that she has absolutely lost her mind. Just teeing off on the women's champion. As the crowd chants on that Rhea Ripley is going to kill her, I very much feel like this is where it's headed. Unless we forget that Bianca Belair has a #1 contender. It's Liv Morgan who won the gauntlet match. She earned the right to do so, but Rhea, emulating Bronson Reed, it would appear, just inserting herself back into the title. Bianca Belair still fighting on, and these two just back and forth. Ripley with a scouted. Now, if we remember, Rhea assaulted Bianca Belair a couple of weeks ago in the parking lot. Bianca Belair retaliated and hospitalized Ripley. She's picking fights left, right and centre as Rhea Ripley. Is Bianca Belair the one who's going to have to finish them? As these two just brawl. The match has not officially started yet, by the way. I heard no bell. As these two once again just in a brawl for supremacy atop the women's division. I'm sure Liv Morgan and the rest of the women are just watching this with a big old bag of popcorn. Rhea just banged off the steps now, and if she carries on like this, she's going to end up permanently in the hospital and shortening her career by quite a significant amount, as Belair now is just relentlessly slamming Rhea Ripley off the steps over and over and over. Almost stuck in the time loop here as Ripley will not go down. Belair just not letting her have anything, marching her back to the ring. This is brutality. We're taking a page out of Rhea's entrance theme. There's Belair now, just almost taunting Rhea to keep bringing it. The crowd chant for the women's champion, and Ripley clearly turned the crowd against her here. Back to her feet. These two will be caught in an endless war, it would seem. Ripley now in control of the brawl. Still no bell. The ref not signaled for the start of this match, and I wonder if we're going to get a match at all here, ladies and gentlemen. As just lariat after lariat into the ripcord drop kick. Belair with the kip up. This is just brutality. And Ripley now laying in those clubbing blows into a big fall-away suplex. Setting up for one mission and one mission only, looking to hurt each other, looking to injure each other. I don't even know if this is about the belt anymore. Ripley now just disrespectful slaps on Belair as she stumps a mud hole in her in the corner. Signalling for it, almost thinking about hitting her with a riptide. Belair with her up for a KOD. And once again getting the upper hand of the deranged Rhea Ripley. And for some reason we're getting news about Sami Zayn and Otis, I don't know why. And we should be more concerned about Ripley and Bianca Belair. No contest, no beginning. We're clearly not done with the rest of this, ladies and gentlemen. But from one thing to another, I'm getting PTSD here. A debuting tag team. Another signing from the start of the season, yet to make their appearance felt. It's the one and only, first of all to begin with, DIY. We've seen Johnny Gargano in action already, in singles action, but still a proud member of the tag team division with his partner Tommaso Ciampa. And they're looking to make a name for themselves in the tag division, in addition to the cruiserweight. These two, a storied history of success, both together and apart. As they seek to become the measuring stick here on FDW. The landscape changing in the tag team division, last time out. But I feel a seismic shift is in order once again. As stepping into the ring now, it's Imperium with, it would appear, the Cruiserweight Champion. What's he doing with them?
And their opponents, accompanied by Ilya Dragunov, at a combined weight of 440 pounds. Ludwig Kaiser and Giovanni Vinci. Imperium!
Perhaps the stars have aligned once again, and Ilya Dragunov has found himself no longer the work experience boy. If we cast our minds back to a couple of seasons ago on Smackdown here on Friendonkey Gaming, the dominance of the tag team Imperium. Hell of a signing for FDW. When we saw them in the talent pool, we couldn't not pick them up. Wasn't expecting Ilya Dragunov to align himself with them. But clearly they have mended those bridges. At least for now. Now this is a united front. But will they be the Imperium of old? Fresh start here on FDW for them. This is not the blue brand, this is the purple brand, boys. Of course, no gold hanging in the balance here. This is purely for showing off and showcasing what they're all about. As Dragunov watches on closely. Tag hits now. Gargano with a crossbody. Looking for a super kick as Vinci has it scouted. Now Giovanni Vinci was an absolute standout of the very first season of Universe Mode we did here on the channel. All ending in tears there, of course, but clearly the bridges have been rebuilt. Tag team wrestling still somewhat of a rebuilding phase here on FDW after season 1. But based on the two teams in the ring and many of the teams that we've seen, it's going to be a very, very hotly contested division, I can tell you that. Vinci and Ciampa now in the ring. Kaiser watching on, a commanding presence as Vinci puts in the legwork and taunts Tommaso Ciampa. Imperium yet to make a tag. Vinci dropping the elbows here. Tommaso Ciampa now hits in some swift kicks to Giovanni Vinci, looking to remove some of his vertical base, taking away both the speed and the power of Vinci. Deceptively strong, as we know, but as is Tommaso Ciampa, deadlifting him by the neck, and that is enough to hurt any man, let alone Giovanni Vinci. As Tommaso Ciampa now looks to sink in the early pinfall, 1 count. We have yet to see what DIY are capable of as a unit here on FDW. Quick tag there from the boys on the left. Crossbody and the tag team offense from Johnny Gargano as Vinci makes the tag that was needed, bringing in the fresh-faced Ludwig Kaiser. Looking for Hurricane Rana, but Johnny Gargano rolling through. There's going to be some technicality on display here now as Gargano adds insult to injury just with a sucker punch to Vinci. As Kaiser picks off Tommaso Ciampa. Both of them know what tag team wrestling is all about. The removal of the partner can be just as important as the damage to the legal man in the ring. As Vinci now gets a quick sucker punch in, returning Johnny Gargano for his efforts. As Gargano sinks in a small package pile driver. Only a 1 count on this occasion. Gargano gonna need to do much more than that as Imperium get a swift tag there. And Vinci just wearing down Gargano. And we've seen the longer a match goes, the more it favours Imperium. Is that still the case a couple of seasons on? Who knows? Vinci now kicking out and powering through, throwing Gargano around like he's nothing. As he looks to get him up and slam him down with that release power bomb. Gargano swiftly back to his feet though, not having any of what Vinci's selling. Thrown to the corner as Jimmy calls for a tag. Tommaso Ciampa with a drop kick as the Battle of the Baldies begins. Tommaso Ciampa looking to get a quick sucker punch in on Ludwig Kaiser as the Cruiserweight Champion watches on, clearly aligned himself with Imperium. But to what extent? Tommaso Ciampa now with a huge crossbody to the outside on Giovanni Vinci as the brawl continues. And Ciampa, huge lumbar check there to the back. Jimmy with a count of 5. They need to bring it back to the ring if they want this to end in the ring. Ciampa just bum rushing Ludwig Kaiser. Up to a count of 7 now is Jimmy. As Gargano has isolated Giovanni Vinci. Count of 1 as Ciampa has left the ring and broken the count. These two teams are already at each other's throats, figuratively and literally it would appear. DIY back in control of the ring again as a tag was made. Gargano the legal man, what's he up to? Count of 6, broken the count now. They want to get this done in the ring, surely they do. A brief few seconds respite, but Gargano having none of what Vinci's selling once again as he hits this huge DDT to Ludwig Kaiser, flinging him to the outside. Ilya Dragunov just standing on, watching it all unfold, not getting involved. Huge side suplex there to Johnny Gargano. for a 4 count already, and DIY with Vinci, the legal man, on the outside. Ciampa back up to the corner as they look to take things back to the ring. 6 count now once again. 7 count now. Back between the ropes as Vinci targeting Ciampa, and this may as well be a tornado tag, ladies and gentlemen, as Vinci almost finds himself in a handicap tag match here, 1-on-2 against DIY, but he is fighting. Gargano with the roll through super kick there, firmly in control. Count of 6 once again, as I don't even think they're aware of the count now. Vinci needs to get it back between the ropes. As Gargano quickly spikes him with a Hurricane Rana. And after all that brawling, you've got to be thinking Vinci's worn down. Flung to the corner as Gargano looks to twist and roll through, wrapped up in the ropes. And once again with a collar and elbow tie up. Vinci desperately making the tag now. Exhaustion and fatigue starting to set in as the fresh Ludwig Kaiser gets into the ring, but Gargano keeping the momentum on his side. Swinging DDT as Gargano looks for the reverse neck breaker. Kaiser having none of it, off the second rope, crossbody, hook to the leg. Could it be 3 already? A 1 count after everything that's been said and done. Still only 1. And there is the ruthlessness of Ludwig Kaiser. The Imperium salute. A very different game plan here from Imperium here this evening from what we've seen before. Vinci very much isolated in the first half of this match, as Kaiser now, the freshest man here, finds himself 1-on-2 against Gargano and Ciampa, it would appear, as Vinci gets the rest he so sorely needs on the outside. And still the watchful eyes of the Cruiserweight champion Ilya Dragunov. A 1 count from Ciampa, still not enough to bring down Ludwig Kaiser. Unless we forget Ilya Dragunov, the way he got to that championship in dominant display. Kaiser off the second rope with a crossbody, hook to the leg on Ciampa. Could it be 3? Only a 1 count. Still neither team yet to get a 2 count here in this matchup. Imperium seeking to follow in Dragunov's footsteps with a big delayed suplex there. Dragunov tore his way past Dragon Lee and pretty much demolished Ricochet, tore the Cruiserweight title from his waist. Kaiser bringing it down to the mat, bringing it down to his level. Shots to the core there from Tommaso Ciampa. Kaiser with it scouted there. You've got to get up pretty early in the morning to trick Kaiser. And he hits a big suplex. And if this is what we're in for the tag team division, I am excited. Kaiser now swinging Ciampa through. Really isolated him, keeping him over on their half of the ring now, and this could be the strategy for this match here. Excuse me. Vinci brought back into the ring, saluting the Cruiserweight champion. As he does, he misses the tag. Is he aware that Gargano is the legal man? As Gargano flips the drop toe hold and gets him into the crossface. Ciampa standing there, potentially there to break it up, as Kaiser can't quite get into position and brings it through. Kaiser flung to the outside as Vinci now flat on his front. He's worn down. You've got to think this is going DIY's way if this is Vinci's manoeuvre. Drop kick there to the side of the head Vinci needs to get himself some space. He needs to find himself some respite as he's thrown to the outside from Gargano. Kaiser and Ciampa brawling still towards the ROH, and it is all broken down here between these two tag teams. The legal men, Gargano and Vinci. Vinci still throwing Gargano around, the deceptive power. And one person who has not moved this entire time has been Ilya Dragunov, standing on in Imperium's corner, just watching intently as Vinci hits the small package powerbomb and staggers back into the ring. Is this really how Imperium want to do it? To a count of 8, count of 9, and 10. That's really how it ended, folks. And I don't think we've seen the last of this. Standing tall, it was a solid display, but not as dominant as we have seen them. They had to resort to the count out to pick up the victory. Oh my word. From tag team division to the women's division, which has been fairly dominated by the likes of Ripley and Belair and Liv Morgan as of late, we do have other talent. Bayley making her way to the ring first, looking for a one-on-one with Kairi Sane.
San Jose, California,
Now Bayley debuting here on FDW in the women's gauntlet match, as she did alongside so many women that we saw, and did eventually get eliminated by Kairi Sane. Kairi Sane putting on a hell of a display in that match, it must be said. Bayley calling for this match here this evening to see what they can do in a one-on-one situation when they are both at their best. To see who really does have the best elbow drop in the women's division. Even though we already know the answer is Kairi Sane. Kairi never hit it. She hit the basement forearm multiple times for multiple eliminations, but she wasn't able to convert that into #1 contendership. You could argue to her benefit, because had she found herself in Liv Morgan's position right now, I don't know how thrilled she'd be with Rhea Ripley dominating the division. Broly's up once again because she's Mary Poppins. Singles action here, and a great exhibition for the crowd as Kairi Sane, with those patented Japanese strong strikes just off the ropes. This is, wow, what a display from Kairi Sane. She's going to be quite the little pocket rocket here on FDW, you can already tell. But that's not to undersell Bayley. Again, going back to season 1 here of Universe Mode. We took over Smackdown for a season. We saw Bayley having numerous title reigns. No stranger to success. But the reset switch has happened. All fresh slate here on FDW. As far as I'm concerned, Sane and Bayley are on a level playing field. But a win here can't hurt your chances down the road. Get momentum on your side. Bayley, a former member of Damage Control. Kairi Sane representing the faction well. Bayley drags her down to the mat. That sleeper locked in deep as Kairi looks to power out and roll through. Dazed and confused, she staggers to her feet. And again off the second rope. Glitching in the matrix there to rock a big neck breaker. Jimmy counting 1. I think Sane knew that wasn't going to be the 3 count, but just wanted to get the pinfall to play the mind games. The mental dominance over Bayley is half the battle. The other half is the physical side of it. She hits her with the side of the head with her knee. Sane dumped unceremoniously into the ring post. That turnbuckle getting some good use now, but will we see a repeat of what happened in the gauntlet match? Sane able to power through. These two women going back and forth. Still to come this evening, it is your main event where we will be having a battle royale to determine the final spot in the Money in the Bank ladder match, which will be in a couple of episodes' time. The winner of that match will be joining CM Punk, Tyler Breeze and Ricochet as they seek to climb the ladder of success. Speaking of ladders of success, Bayley and Sane also looking to take the first step on that rung, as it were. Bayley literally taking the big high steps as she flies off the top rope and connects with the elbow. Is that enough? Sane wisely getting herself into a bit of free breathing space. As the count begins. We've seen one match ending count out here already this evening. We don't want to see a second one. We want it clean, done between the ropes. Bayley now just stomping away. And looking for a Bayley to Bayley suplex on the outside. And that is Sane laid out. If Bayley can get her back between the ropes, this could be a victory, but she's got a submission locked on the outside. I don't know what's gone into Bayley's head. She's got to do it between the ropes. Utter chaos still reigning supreme here on FDW, it would seem, as they've completely lost their heads. Sane with the reversal on Bayley, and are these two even listening to Jimmy in the ring? Up to a count of 7, about to hit an 8. Will they bring it back, or is it going to be ending in absolute shenanigans once again? Sane spiking Bayley. Count of 9 now. Both women diving back to the ring. And that was close. Same with the airplane spin, spiking Bayley. As she thinks about it. Thinks about setting her up. Spear from Kairi Sane. Hook to the leg on Bayley. 2 count. Not quite enough to put away Bayley on this occasion. Sane thinks about going high risk up to the second rope, but thinks better of it. Frustration from Bayley setting in, we can see. Kick to the midsection. Is Bayley going to lock it in? Yes, she is. There's the rose plant. Here comes the pin. Could it be 3? And there's a victory for Bayley. A much needed victory. Back on her side.
Here is your winner, Bayley.
A hard fought contest. A very good contest. Enjoyable match in front of the FDW faithful. The crowd may boo her, but she's going to have a strong career here on FDW. You can already feel it. Now, the 6-man battle royale for the final slot. Interesting wrinkles in this one. As Big E wanted in, as did his New Day stablemates. And we'll see Big E, Xavier Woods and Kofi Kingston not fighting as a unit, but instead, hopefully a bit of sportsmanship between them, along with LA Knight will be in the ring for his final opportunity. And Bray Wyatt and Karrion Kross, fresh off their tag team loss, seeking to get back into singles action, it would appear, or at least taking a singles opportunity. We don't know if they've completely forsaken tag team opportunities. But certainly when the Last Chance Battle Royale was cobbled together backstage, they heard about it, they wanted in, as did this man, LA Knight. Coming up short on a couple of occasions. Could a Battle Royale be just the thing he needs to reignite his fire? Who knows? But there are 6 very different competitors here. As first up, representing the New Day, is Xavier Woods with his trombone. Now, 6-man Battle Royale at the elimination style, over the top rope, both feet touching the floor. As out comes Kofi Kingston. Woods staring on intently here. Big E vacated the ring. This will be interesting. Very much get the feeling that with the New Day, it's all fair in Love and War. They're not going to fall out over this, one would hope. As now comes one of the wrinkles in this match, Bray Wyatt. Could he be the one to win the Battle Royale? Or could it be the monochromatic menace that is Karrion Kross? And we're off to the races already, ladies and gentlemen, as everyone just starts brawling straight away. Kross just immediately going for Kofi Kingston. Woods looking to make the save. Still the tag team unity seems to be there. It exists between the New Day, but will it exist between Bray Wyatt and Karrion Kross still? Former tag champs. One man with no allies in this match is LA Knight. He finds himself. Kofi Kingston immediately eliminated by Kross as Kross makes quick work of him. Absolute scenes here. As Knight once again tusses with Wyatt, and yes, I do understand the meaning between those two facing each other, considering Bray Wyatt's final match in real life. Wyatt and Kross now. Big E looking to eliminate Xavier Woods as the tag teams break down here. He not quite managed to get it done on this occasion though, as Kross seeking to isolate LA Knight. And now he goes after LA Knight from Big E, marching him around the ring with a huge slam there. Woods back to his feet and almost in a sportsman-like display, they're facing off against each other, Woods and Big E, as Bray Wyatt makes his presence felt. You've got to feel for Kofi Kingston, caught off guard by Karrion Kross on this occasion. But we're down to 5 already. Wyatt clubbing blow to the back of LA Knight, bringing him down to the ring as Woods and Big E find themselves once again eye to eye. Wyatt slamming Xavier Woods. Kross with a huge boot to Bray Wyatt. As LA Knight could be the one-man band, as it were, as Xavier Woods eliminated by Big E, no less. E flying solo, but flying over the top rope as all 3 new members of the New Day are the first 3 to go. Knight hung up on the top turnbuckle. Bray Wyatt hits a massive Uranagi on Karrion Kross. Knight seeking to eliminate the bizarre one here. Wyatt back between the ropes. LA Knight getting Bray Wyatt up. Can he get the elimination? Or will the distension between tag partners be their downfall? Cross, it would seem, is having absolutely none of it from anyone, out for himself. Now Cross and Wyatt both with a bit of history when it comes to Seth Rollins. LA Knight with a big boot. As we do need to remember, this is for a shot at the Money in the Bank ladder match. Just, again, step 1. Step 2, win the Money in the Bank ladder match. Step 3, cash in and dethrone Rollins. As it stands, it could very well be Drew McIntyre, as at Money in the Bank it will be McIntyre versus Rollins for the world title. Bray Wyatt hitting Sister Abigail on his tag partner here, showing that all is fair in love and war. Knight brings him down to the mat, perhaps looking for BFT. Just a swinging net break on this occasion. Guy needs to think about an elimination. He needs to think about it soon. All 3 men left in this match with big stakes. Wyatt seeking retribution against Rollins. Karrion Kross having gone back and forth with Rollins on several occasions. LA Knight yet to have such success here on FDW, but everyone's got to start somewhere. He had a flavour of it as he found himself in the #1 contendership as Bray Wyatt looks to eliminate Karrion Kross, but Kross clinging on for dear life. Kross now whipped to the corner. And Wyatt licks him up onto the top turnbuckle. Knight just watching on as the tag partners are at each other's throats. Will Wyatt not quite able to get it done, and LA Knight swinging through with a neck breaker. If I had to bet at this stage who I think it's going to be, I would guess Karrion Kross, but I've been wrong before and I'm going to be wrong again. It's Bray Wyatt now seeking to get rid of Karrion Kross from the occasion. Hung up right on the top turnbuckle, looking to dump him over the top, and he does! We are down to LA Knight and Bray Wyatt. Now, if this is not poetry, I do not know what is. Wyatt seeking to get back at Rollins, seeking that championship glory, and LA Knight, the fan favourite, looking to punch his ticket. Gets Wyatt up. Huge sidewalk slam there, but can he follow it up with the elimination? On the top rope, that's a risky manoeuvre. Drops the knee, and that could be the damage that's been done. It gives Wyatt his opportunity. Marching LA Knight to the ropes, getting him up, and just lawn darting LA Knight over the top rope. As punching his way into the Money in the Bank ladder match, Bray Wyatt. As that ladder match has just taken a dark turn, a twisted turn. It's going to be an interesting one. Well, once again, a successful outing for FDW, if I don't say so myself. The women's division looking strong here between Bayley and Sane, but this is just absolutely insane what we're going to get done between these two to kind of put it to bed. And certainly I don't think we've seen the last of these two tag teams given how that ended. So stay tuned to FDW Season 2. to see what happens. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you are too. Catch you soon.